Do you have a child, or do you work with a learner who really struggles to write down what they have in their heads? You know, the kind of learners that I'm referring to, the ones who've got some really interesting ideas and can be quite creative, but they don't know how to put it down on paper. Or equally, those type of learners who can write quite a lot, just like what you can see over here on the screen, but you can't really make out what it is that they're trying to say. Have a read and think about what it is that this learner is trying to say to us. And honestly, I have over 30 years experience in working with young people, and this kind of narrative is something that I would find very difficult to mark and to understand. So it's really difficult, isn't it? Have another go. Try and see if you can really make sense of what this learner is trying to say. This is really the reality of young people who are dyslexic and those learners who experience learning challenges around their literacy. And you can imagine, within the school context, a teacher trying to mark this piece of work is going to find it really difficult. So the green bits that you see is the teacher marking that first sentence, identifying the areas that the learner needs to consider and areas for improvement. So in secondary school, learners are very often marked down, not for what they know, but rather for how the knowledge is being expressed. And so their ideas are very much hidden in many instances behind spelling errors or hard to read handwriting. So if the teacher struggles to read the response, they assume that at times that the learner doesn't understand the content, which isn't always true, obviously. So you can see how this leads to a lot of frustration. So what is really powerful to consider is that if the teacher is themselves dyslexic, in many instances, I would say 9 out of 10 times, they will be able to see past the mechanics and spot the message. So they'll be able to understand the content and the knowledge that the learner is trying to communicate. And so therefore, this is going to give you a very different outcome. So the learner, if their work is being marked by a dyslexic teacher, they might get a grade A, let's say, as opposed to, for example, coming out with a grade D or E because the teacher couldn't read that piece of work and felt it was incoherent. I do hope you found this useful. In our next video, I'm going to introduce you to Ruth and to Kirsty, who are going to help you navigate assistive technologies to really empower and give your learner, your child, the wings that they deserve to remove this barrier. Take care.